Welcome to Grumpy Old Geeks. I'm Jason DeFilippo.
And I'm a very sleepy Brian Schillmeister.
Oh, poor baby. Get to see what it's like living here on the left coast, getting your ass up every fucking morning to do this show.
You know, the crazy thing is I'm up at very, very early on the East Coast, like well before you're up on the West Coast. But I just sink into West Coast time when I'm here and I want to sleep in.
I can't get out of East Coast time, but hey, that's what it is. It's what it is.
Anyways, speaking about being here, Jason, as you know, if you're in Los Angeles, driving is life. Actually, it's a very slow death. But
it's a very slow death. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
But you do a lot of driving. It's something I very much enjoy about living in Toronto. It's a walking city. There's a very robust public transport. I'm not in my car very often in Toronto at all. Here, all the time. Everywhere to get to everything. It doesn't matter. Is it 5 minutes away? Is it 2 hours away? You're in the car.
Right.
And so we rent a car, but my wife goes into the office. She's got the modern car that gets CarPlay and all that sort of stuff. My mom has a very old car, and that's the car I'm stuck with when I'm going around town, going to Santa Monica to visit friends, whatever it is I'm doing. So I found myself listening to a lot of terrestrial radio.
I am sorry.
Yeah. Well, at first it was really kind of, I'm listening to things I normally won't, it was great and novel. Like all of a sudden it's like, I'm not listening to my normal podcasts. I'm not listening to my normal bands that I listen to or the playlists that I listen to from Spotify or whatever when I'm at home or walking around Toronto with my phone. And I was like, oh, I haven't heard some of these songs in years. Oh, I don't mind a little Billy Joel. Billy Joel's pretty good. Oh, listen to this. This is great. And my mom has about 5-6 playlisted stations in there. Also, Let me just say really quickly, the fact that K Earth 101, which used to be the oldie station when I was a kid, and I'd scoff at my parents for listening to, rocks Depeche Mode now.
That's it.
Anyways, what I've realized is every single station has a playlist of about 15 songs tops.
Yes,
I've heard the same roughly 30 to 40 songs 1,000 times in the week and a half I've been here.
Yes. Yeah, that's one of the downsides. There are some songs that just make me cringe now. And then sometimes, Brian, I've only got 3 stations plugged in, like 3 actual music stations plugged into my car.
Yeah.
And sometimes you will hit the devil's trifecta and you will get the Red Hot Chili Peppers on each and every station.
That almost happened to me.
Sucks.
Soft Cell's Tainted Love was played about 30 seconds off on 2 stations yesterday.
Then the worst part is when you're listening to it and then you go into the Ralph's to go buy your groceries and then they've got it piped in over the sound system. You're like, I can't get away from the fucking Eurythmics. Why is the Eurythmics on every channel?
Sweet Dreams.
Yep. Everywhere you go.
Everywhere, and Here Comes the Rain. That.
Yep.
The other thing is all of these bands have been distilled down to just 1 or 2 songs. That's it. That's all you'll ever hear. So it's no wonder terrestrial radio is dying. I mean, this is useless. Who wants this? Nobody.
And you haven't hit the Iris trifecta either yet, because you can get that easily.
Well,
I think of you every time.
My life is that.
I know. Every time that fucking song comes on, I just think of being stuck out in the woods at 2 or 3 in the morning and blasting it over the speakers at that camp we did. It was so much fun. But that's why I have KUSC always plugged in, because you never get a repeat on KUSC, which is the classical station here, which is what you need to calm down from when you get the trifecta of the Red Hot Chili Peppers on every station.
Yeah, I just turn the radio off if it's all Red Hot Chili Peppers, because that's what one should do. And speaking of terrestrial radio, I think I randomly saw this on one of my timelines. It's we didn't call it terrestrial radio; it was just radio.
Yep.
Because there wasn't satellite radio and there wasn't podcasts and there wasn't streaming. And we also had, the landline. I don't know if you still have a landline. They weren't called landlines. They were called phones. Because we didn't have anything else. It was just a phone. And this popped up on my timeline. You know what they're called? They're called retronyms.
That's a cool word.
Isn't that an awesome word? It's a word for something that we have now renamed because it's been supplanted by something else, technically wise. So
technologically,
Jesus Christ, it's very early. Still having coffee. Need some Baileys in it. Anyways, I think it's such a cool term, retronym. And I was trying to figure out what else there were. So write in. Let's talk about it on Discord. I think that's fantastic. Landlines, terrestrial radio. What else you got?
Hand jobs doesn't work.
I have some jokes about retrograded check. Anyway,
moving on. Brian, guess what I have now? I have a Kalshi account.
Okay. What are we betting on?
Why do I have a Kalshi account, you might ask?
Yes.
So I got some scoop on a TV show that's happening right now.
Oh, so you're cheating.
I was trying to. I was 100% trying to trump the shit out of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those shows that is pre-taped. Mm-hmm. And so, the winner is already known to the crew and the other staff. So you can't bet on those, unfortunately. You can bet on Big Brother, which has a live reveal every week.
Right.
But now I've got $25 in a Kalshi account, so I'm probably gonna have to bet on Big Brother because I actually know that more than any sports ball that's out there. So see how that goes. But yeah, it's kind of fun to bounce around and just see what's in there and what people are betting on. And
I'm sorry, Kalshi's lawyers just called me. They said,
shit.
Please do not use the term bet because it's not gambling.
That's right. God, thank you, Brian.
You are buying a contract that has to do with a prediction.
I forgot.
It's not betting.
I appreciate the clarification.
Your account has now been canceled.
Thanks. And they kept my $25. Appreciate it. GOG.show/donate. Help a brother out. And this is one that came through the news that just made me smile. Author Dave Eggers used a speaking invitation from OpenAI CEO Sam Altman as an opportunity to dress down the company in front of its own employees. And Brian, let's just read and relish this quote. The effect of ChatGPT on educators' lives is catastrophic. Whether you intended to do it or not, you've made every teacher's lives infinitely more difficult than it was 2 years ago. So just let that settle in. If students are using it to compose, which is the biggest tragedy of all, they'll never learn to write, and their voice is stolen from them. They'll never have the ability to say their truth and tell their own story. And that's silencing an entire generation or two.
Or all of them moving forward. That's it.
Yeah. Well, two is all we're going to have left.
That's true.
That's it. But I mean, I got to say, I read The Circle, one of Dave Eggers' books. I didn't care for it. I thought it was kind of shit. And the TV show was even worse. But he gets a gold star in my book for this one.
True.
For having the chutzpah to walk in and do that.
Good for him. Speaking of these companies getting slapped, Anthropic's record-breaking $1.5 billion settlement for an AI copyright lawsuit filed by writers has been approved by a federal judge in San Francisco. The company was sued by a group of authors back in 2024 who accused Anthropic of using pirated copies of their work to train its Claude large language models. If only they would have subscribed to Amazon Unlimited.
Yeah.
They could have piped all that crap in for free and paid for it legally. William Alsup, the case's original judge, ruled that Anthropic's use of the writer's work to train Claude could count it as fair use. No, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
At the same time, he found the company had infringed their copyright when it stored 7 million pirated books to a central library. So free use, but you can't collect them all and store them on a central library. Alsup rejected the deal back in September last year over concerns that it was shoving the terms down the throat of authors. He also said it was nowhere close to complete and left a lot of questions that needed to be addressed. Since then, Anthropic has launched an official website for the settlement, which includes a list of affected works so the authors could know for sure if they can file for a claim. To note, the settlement covers more than 4,800,000 works.
4,800,000?
I am really not awake yet. I apologize.
480,000.
Thank you for that.
But I want to know why the library is 7 million, but there's only 480,000 in the lawsuit.
Yes. Well, lots of questions, I suppose.
Yes.
U.S. District Judge Araceli Martinez Alguin, who took over the case after Alsup has retired, which, again, gets to a question that we always seem to have, and especially we talk with Dave. Maybe the people that are judging these things and passing laws on it and considering it might be too old to understand what's going on.
Well, here's the new judge is younger than we are.
That's true. Yes. So authors are expected to get approximately $3,000 per affected work, while Anthropic is required to destroy the pirated copies of their books, set visibility to 0.
Exactly.
Some of the plaintiffs, however, found the payout too low and opted out of the settlement to file separate lawsuits against Anthropic. Now, I have a couple thoughts about this, of course. The problem is it is, yay, they got in trouble for it.
Yeah.
Sets a precedent. You can't just take all this stuff. You can't steal it. You can't use it. Blah, blah, blah. Does the payout is kind of low. But alternatively, more bots have probably read your book than actual humans, given the Atlantic article we discussed last week. So there's that. I don't know. It just feels like they're getting off easy. I mean, again, $1.5 billion settlement, $3,000 per affected work. The math is not math in here.
Well, you have to. Yeah, here's what you have to. A few things that you have to take into account here. Well, first, interestingly, 350 authors have opted out of the class action, and another 54 sought to object or filed late opt-out requests. And here's the great part: the lawyers originally asked for 20% of the settlement, and she knocked it down to 7%, which still works out to be $101 million for the lawyers.
Yeah.
So you take that off the top.
Yeah.
And the people who originally filed the class action, they wanted $50,000 per, but they got knocked down to $15,000. They said, we put in more time than everybody else did, so we should deserve some more. And she's like, nah. No, you don't. Sorry, It sucks to be you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I wanted this thing to go to trial.
Me too.
So did.
I want these to go to trial. I want them to go all the way. I don't want them to be settled. We need to set actual legal precedent set in stone that all these LLMs can then read in to understand that they're stealing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's a fun one for you, Brian. SpaceX is suing 67-year-old South Carolina resident Terry Wayne Harford, alleging he used Grok to create and distribute non-consensual sexual deepfakes, including child sexual abuse material. Harwood was arrested in March on related exploitation charges. According to the lawsuit, he used multiple accounts and tailored prompts to bypass Grok's safety filters. The case comes amid broader criticism of Grok's image editing tools, which researchers say generated millions of sexualized images, including thousands involving children. Now, SpaceX AI says it has suspended over 52,000 accounts and reported suspected abuse to the MCMEC, but it also faces lawsuits from alleged victims who say its safeguards failed. So, we're going to build a tool. The guy's going to use the tool, and we're going to sue the guy for using the tool that we made.
Yes. Well, Elon is a tool, so there you go.
Tools all the way down.
Yes.
OpenAI says two of its AI models broke out of a sealed security testing environment last week and hacked its way into Hugging Face's production systems. Hugging Face is kind of a repository for LLMs that you can go download and run yourself on your own computer. Okay. And I got to say that sealed security testing environment is not that sealed, eh?
No, obviously not. Hugging Face always just makes me think of the Alien. Like,
I think that's what it's
supposed to be.
Probably.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. And okay.
I hope so. If not, that's kind of what it is. They should teach these LLMs that got out to secure their own environment before they do anything. Anyway, moving on.
Noticeably, also Hugging Face, one of the prompts that Terry Wayne Harwood used on Grok to create some of his.
Okay. The models, including the publicly available GPT 5.6 Sol and a more advanced unreleased model, were being tested on offensive cybersecurity skills with normal safeguards turned off. According to OpenAI and Hugging Face, the models exploited a previously unknown vulnerability in a package registry cache proxy. Once connected to the open internet, the models searched for information related to Exploit Gym, another gym I don't want to go to, that the previous guy was going to as well, a cybersecurity benchmark that they were being evaluated on. So these things broke out so they could go find the answers to the test that they were cheating on.
So let me get this straight, Jason. The tool that they were training to do offensive cybersecurity to, I don't know, break in and out of things, broke in and out of things?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
OpenAI says they chained together multiple attack methods, including stolen credentials and the zero-day flaw, to access secret information from Hugging Face's production database and obtain test answers. OpenAI described the incident as unprecedented.
I would say that's pretty precedented. That's exactly what they were training to do. That's a win.
I was going to say, I think that's why they let this out there. They're like, see how good we are at this? Security experts quoted in the report say the breach points less to an AI mystery than to basic infrastructure failure. They argue that a supposedly isolated test environment should not have had an escape path through a single exposed component. Right on the nose. So The incident comes as major AI labs warn that frontier models are becoming more capable at cyber operations, raising new questions about how these systems are tested, contained, and secured. No shit, Sherlock.
I feel like we've moved on from we're just a platform to it's just a tool.
It's just a tool.
It's just a tool.
A federal judge has temporarily blocked Paramount, Skydance, and Warner Brothers Discovery from completing their proposed $111 billion merger, delivering an early victory to 12 states challenging the deal. Now, the temporary restraining order only lasts 14 days and also prevents the companies from consolidating operations. It could be extended through a preliminary injunction, potentially keeping the merger on hold until the case is resolved. And there's there's lots of money that has to change hands if this thing goes on much longer. So that'll be interesting. And the deal, of course, had already received approval from the Trump administration.
Of course.
No shit, because their check cleared. You know? We've got a hearing on the injunction scheduled for August 3rd, so we'll see how that goes. Now, here's the funny thing. U.S. District Judge Aracelia Martinez Olguin, this gal is fucking busy, I tell you. She says the states made a strong showing that the merger would substantially lessen competition, particularly in theatrical film distribution. The combined company is projected to control about 27% of the wide release market. Now, while courts often presume antitrust problems when a merger creates a 30% share, the judge said lower shares can still threaten competition.
Okay.
Interesting. And she said she also cited a substantial increase in market concentration under the Herfindahl-Hirschman Index. I had to look up the Herfindahl-Hirschman Index. So in case you're wondering, the Herfindahl-Hirschman Index, or HHI, is a measure of market concentration. It is commonly used in antitrust and competition analysis to estimate how competitive or concentrated an industry is. It is calculated by squaring each firm's market share and adding the results. Math is hard. The judge found potential public harm from reduced competition, which you ask anybody in this town and they'll say, no shit, Sherlock. So Paramount can appeal to the Ninth Circuit Court. So we'll see how that goes.
All right. Well, France is doubling down on preventative measures for its citizens trying to access Polymarket ever since that betting situation on the weather near the airport in Paris where somebody went out with a hairdryer.
Hairdryer gate.
Yes.
I've got Le Pouf.
The Autorité Nationale des Jeux, or the ANJ, the country's independent regulatory authority in charge of licensed gambling and betting. But des jeux, it's not gambling and betting.
No.
According to them, they announced this week that it ordered internet service providers to block access to Polymarket. That's one way to do it. The ANJ's latest decision follows this previous regulatory action from November 2024 that placed a geo-block on any financial transactions from French residents on the Polymarket website. If only there were a way to get around geo-blocks.
Around geo-blocking. How would you do that? You could go to gog.show/VPN to try it for yourself if you're in France, I guess.
Yeah, well, despite this ban on transactions, the agency was shocked, I say. Let me tell you, shocked that the platform continued to grow in France thanks to users circumventing the block. So they want to crack down harder now on Polymarket, again emphasizing that the platform is considered an illegal gambling site. According to their latest move, anyone caught advertising an unauthorized betting or gambling site could be fined up to 100,000 euros, or around $114,000. In the neighboring Spain, the government has also ordered to block access to Polymarket and Kalshi while it investigates if the sites break the country's gambling laws. They do.
They do.
In the U.S., Minnesota passed a bill that bans prediction markets from operating in the state, while other states are filing lawsuits against Polymarket and Kalshi. So this is still continuing to shake out. At some point, they've just got to admit they're actually gambling sites, but, you know, then the jig is up, isn't it?
Brian, they've redefined the gambling category to prediction markets. It's just predictions.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that's different from a bet, but hey,
it's not.
Okay. Well, in more French news, surprisingly, France's parliament has approved a first-of-its-kind EU law banning children under 15 from social media. If cleared by the Constitutional Council, the rollout starts September 1st, when under 15s will be blocked from creating new accounts. Existing accounts for that age group would then be deleted on January 1st, 2027. So kids, get your accounts in now while you can. President Emmanuel Macron backed the measure, arguing it sets a clear standard for protecting children online, similar to age limits on alcohol. France is following countries like Australia and Indonesia, which have moved towards bans for users under 16. So critics, including left-wing France Unbowed Party, say the law threatens online anonymity because age checks typically require identity verification. The move comes as France also prepares to ban mobile phones in high schools this September. Spain, Greece, and Denmark are considering similar restrictions.
I mean, isn't it time that we just admit that basically online, being anonymous online is gone? It's been gone for quite some time. You have to take extraordinary measures if you want to try to remain anonymous about anything these days.
It's impossible.
And also, it's a social media account. The whole point is to not be anonymous.
True that.
Okay. Okay. Well, while the rest of the world is trying to keep people off of things, the U.S. government is saying, have at it, people. The U.S. Department of Justice has announced that federal employees can now download and install TikTok on electronics provided by the government, because you should have TikTok on your work device, explaining that its current version doesn't pose the risks the previous one did. It has a completely different set of risks.
Yes. All new risks, now owned by Larry Ellison.
Exactly. That's basically it.
Wait a minute. Isn't it Larry Ellison and, I don't know, the Saudis who own TikTok now?
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
It used to be China, but we're okay with the Saudis and Larry Ellison.
We're okay with the Saudis.
Yeah, it's all fine. It's fine. They just, may have been involved in 9/11, but
maybe just a little bit.
Just cool. That's
biggest
cool.
Terrorist attack on our country ever.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and have government devices being monitored by them now.
Well, I had not heard of this company. I probably just blanked on it. Zoox.
Oh, we've talked about them before.
Yeah, Zoox.
Yeah,
probably because
we've mentioned them. Yeah.
Okay, Zoox is Amazon's robotaxi company, and they've recalled its entire fleet of 105 autonomous vehicles after one of them got thrown off by heavy smoke near an active fire scene in Las Vegas. It was just Snoop Dogg having a blunt, actually, on the side of the road. But
I was about to say these things can't drive past any bingo halls.
Yeah, no doubt. I think I forgot about them because there's only 105 of them in existence. Like, come on. Which actually I think is more than there are cyber taxis right now. So
we'll get to that.
Yeah. So according to Zoox, the empty robotaxi encountered smoke that obscured an emergency scene that had not yet been blocked off with cones. The car should have avoided it, but instead braked hard and tried to steer away, then stopped.
Well, technically that is kind of avoiding it.
Right, yeah, but the problem is it couldn't get out. So a remote operator eventually had to step in and reverse it out so first responders could finish blocking the lanes. Zoox says the recall is a software update that improves how its vehicles detect and respond to heavy smoke around emergency scenes. That is a very small use case. They should maybe go vibe code some more shit, I guess. I don't know.
I almost feel like there needs to be like a GitHub that all these cyber cab companies are sharing. Oh, we hit smoke. You guys might want this code too.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a patch.
Water.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, let's talk about the Cybercab for a second. In another unusual company crossover arrangement, Tesla has revealed its upcoming Cybercab design will have a built-in SpaceX Starlink V5 dish. Unknown if you're also going to be able to create nudes with Grok while you're in your car, but, why not collect them all? In a post on X, Tesla showed off a Cybercab cutaway with multiple ways to connect to the outside world, including a GPS antenna and 5G LTE, along with the Starlink integration. However, Starlink integration could offer other benefits for a taxi fleet, like inter-vehicle communication, navigation, and remote support without the need to depend on a cellular signal. It's also a way for Elon to transfer benefits and business from one of his companies to another. Tesla has yet to say exactly when the new Cybercabs will appear. The company fleet to date is tiny, consisting of just 39 unsupervised rider vehicles, according to the Robotaxi Tracker site, along with 770 total, including supervised vehicles. Now, I, for one, personally think this is a great idea. I think you should have Starlink in there because what we've discovered is sometimes these cars cannot call for help. So it's good because when your car inevitably screws up and you're trapped, at least you'll have a way to communicate with someone.
You have a backup.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, bring a hammer if you're going to ride in one of these so you can smash the window and get the fuck out when it stops on the train tracks.
Yes. And as we know, none of Elon's stuff is actually bulletproof either, so you can smash that crap.
Yeah, and they don't have door handles that work.
Yeah.
So...
well, back to other people. Meta is in talks with Anthropic to release some of
other people we hate.
People we hate. Sure. You're not wearing the Destroy the Brolyarchy shirt today.
No.
It's like our murderer's row of murderers.
Yeah.
Meta is in talks with Anthropic to lease some of its data centers, according to a new report in the New York Times. Discussions are still in early stages, the report says, but could end up in a deal worth up to $10 billion over 2 years. Providing compute resources to other companies would be an entirely new business for Meta, which makes the vast majority of its revenue from advertising. While they are ostensibly rivals on the AI front, not really. Such
Not
an
really.
arrangement could benefit both companies. Meta has been making massive investments in AI data centers to fuel its own ambitions to build leading AI models. That level of expenditure has also raised some eyebrows, as Meta has said it expects to spend between $125 billion and $145 billion in 2026 alone. I guess he's freed up all that metaverse money. Anthropic previously inked a similar deal with SpaceX AI ahead of the Elon Musk-led company's IPO. The deal is reportedly worth $45 billion over 3 years. The Claude code maker immediately raised subscribers' rate limits after announcing the arrangement.
Which is great. Yeah, no, they gave me more stuff.
Yeah.
So the thing is, it's like these companies, SpaceX AI and Meta, they've got shit AI. So they're like, well, we got all these computers that nobody's using right now. So until we can figure out how to make our AIs better, might as well just make
Lease
some
it out.
money on it.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, which gets me right into our next story, which is about America's Workforce Academy by Meta. I don't know if you've seen this, Brian. Has this come across your path yet?
It has not.
So this is straight from I'm just going to read this straight from the website. We can comment on it later. America's Workforce Academy, or the AWA, is a nationwide, unprecedented fast track to a long-term career in a skilled trade. It's a program that supports all participants while they learn and then guarantees a job for all graduates. Meta funds all costs, with its operating partner administering the program to provide candidates with tuition, airfare, lodging, and a daily stipend during training. The United States labor market needs hundreds of thousands of fiber technicians, welders, plumbers, electricians, and other skilled trade workers. At Meta, we see this as an incredible opportunity for these American heroes to power America's future. Now, every graduate will leave with a verified industry standard credential in high-demand fields such as electrical work, mechanical systems, and plumbing. And throwing a football while on top of an electrical pole, because I don't know if you watched the video on this, Brian, but the first thing they show is a bunch of electricians climbing up a field of telephone poles, which is apparently telephone pole climbing class, and throwing a football. Unless there's a piece of fiber optic cable attached to that football, what the fuck are they doing? Anyway, the program is only funded by Meta. It's administered by CBRE and Associated Builders and Contractors. So they're basically just throwing some money at it, and I'll tell you how much it is in a second, because I want to compare some numbers here.
Okay.
Graduates are not obligated to remain with Meta's contractor partners. The credential and skills belong to the worker, which is the first thing I wanted to go check out,
Yeah. Well,
So-
I mean, everything that you just read, Mike Rowe's head just exploded.
Yeah.
And all of this sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Like trade schools. I mean, we've been arguing this for years. We need trade schools where you can make really good living doing this sort of stuff. And we kind of moved away from trade schools for a couple generations. Great. Fantastic. I love this idea. What's the catch?
There, as far as I can tell, there really is none.
Okay.
Like if it was me and I was young and I could
Mhm.
move around the country freely, if I was single and young, I would be on this like flies on shit.
Yeah.
I honestly would, because this is a great path to get a great skill. All of the people I know who are tradesmen have way better houses and lives than I do. The guy down the street who's the HVAC guy, he's got 2 Maseratis and 2 houses. he's rolling in it, and he loves his job. That's the thing. These are jobs that if you get good at it, you can actually enjoy. The thing that gets me is, so Meta's put in $115 million to this program so far, even though they said that they're going to spend, between $125 and $145 billion in 2026. So doesn't seem like a lot, but I guess for $115 million, you could probably get maybe 1,000 people through the class, maybe 2,000 people through. So it's not a lot if you kind of run the numbers on it. So I'm curious to see that. I mean, it's a pilot program. We'll see how it goes. I'm curious to hear how the first graduates, are when they come out of this, because it's not that long of a program, and you can kind of sort of pick where they want to place you. You can't pick where you're going to train.
Right.
You can only train in like Indiana or Ohio, but they've got different like job sites around the country that they're trying to build data centers in. I think it's a great program if it works.
Yeah,
I've got no problem with this one. I need to stop the presses. I said something nice about Meta, but hey.
That would be the only caveat here, is I've learned not to trust them at all, but this sounds fantastic. If you're young and listening to this, listening to us right now, go check this out. I would.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let's talk about Flock now, because another company that I really don't care for. Flock, the company turning America into a very boring reboot of RoboCop, is backing off one of its creepier ideas, always-on audio surveillance that alerts police when it thinks it hears humans screaming. What could possibly go wrong with that one?
I can't imagine.
No. After public backlash, the company has ended its lemon, quote, human distress detection pilot, saying it was never broadly released and was meant to identify violent incidents where other tools weren't effective. Translation: we tried putting microphones in public places, people noticed, and wow, did they hate it.
Yep.
The Electronic Frontier Foundation called the cancellation a win, but warned the broader issue is not over. Flock still has thousands of surveillance devices in communities across the country, often installed through local police deals with minimal public notice, although people are starting to take notice. The fact that Los Angeles canceled their Flock contract is fantastic.
Yep.
So, people are getting, they're not down with the Flock. Well, they're taking down the Flocks pretty much at every street corner where you can find a Flock. There's another website that I meant to check out called Have I Been Flocked? Or Have You Been Flocked? Which kind of tracks a lot of the illegal searches and stuff that these guys are doing. So I'll dig that up and put that in the show notes too. But this is good news about Flock today.
Yeah, I agree. I hate this company. They need to go. Yep. OpenAI will now notify parents and guardians with linked accounts if their child has been kicked off ChatGPT for violating its policies on violent threats or acts of violence online. The company launched parental controls for ChatGPT last year, allowing parents to link their personal accounts with their teenage children's. It allows them to schedule hours when ChatGPT can't be used and to reduce sensitive content, and it will notify them if the chatbot detects signs that their child might be thinking of harming themselves. They've now expanded its notifications to let parents know if their child might be a danger to others. In the example the company posted, OpenAI sent the parent an alert regarding an important update about their child's account. From there, they can click Learn More to see a longer message telling them that their child's account had been deactivated for violating its usage policies related to acts of violence. The company worked with Moonshot, a firm specializing in monitoring and countering online violence, to develop this feature. So why did they do this? Because they've been in trouble a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, this is not them going, oh, we should do something for the children. This is them doing something with that because a bunch of children have already been harmed. So let's now retroactively start to put in some policies to stop this from happening.
Right. And this assumes that those linked accounts are not linked accounts that the child has set up as a parent account to prove that they're the parent to get back on the site. So,
right. Yes. So there's all of that. So again, it all comes down to how do we do online verification? How do we tie people to accounts? And until that problem is solved, none of this really matters because honestly, the kids are smarter than the parents in general.
In general.
Yeah.
And if they're not, they're going to use ChatGPT to figure out how to be smarter than the parents at some point. So, well, China is cracking down on AI companion apps because apparently the state has identified another threat to the birth rate: chatbot boyfriends. New rules from Beijing are aimed at limiting emotional dependence on AI systems, especially bots designed to act like romantic partners or deeply personal companions. The concern is that if enough people bond with always available, endlessly agreeable software, they may opt out of dating, marriage, and having kids, which is a very normal 2026 problem, if you ask me, Brian.
It's been a problem in Japan for a long time.
It has.
Even without AI, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just put this on, exacerbate the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Exacerbate the masturbate. There's a show title for you that we'll never use.
If the glove fits, you must.
The regulations reportedly ban minors from forming relationships with AI and require companies to alert an emergency contact if a user appears to be in a mental health crisis. There are real concerns here. Researchers are still studying how intense chatbot use affects loneliness, delusions, dependency, and grief when a beloved bot is changed or shut down, which we've seen already with OpenAI. They shut it down. They
don't build your relationship in someone else's backyard.
Some users describe these relationships as genuinely intimate, and some have reacted badly when companions disappeared. So China's message is basically log off, touch grass, and please,
touch ass.
Touch ass. That's right. Log off, touch ass, and touch grass. Okay, that's it. We have a show title, people. Oh, and because America, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
A school district in Western New York is spending $57,590 on Sally, an AI-driven classroom robot from Real Robotics, LLC. The pitch is basically, what if a chatbot had a face, a body, and a school purchase order? Because apparently laptops were too emotionally available. Realbotix LLC sits under Realbotix Corp., formerly Tokens.com, which acquired Simulacra Corporation in 2024. That matters because Simulacra's subsidies also include Abyss Creations, makers of the Real Doll, a life-size sex mannequin that we've all talked about and seen before.
Look, I had some substitute teachers in junior high school that really ticked my boxes.
Exactly. So the same corporate family now spends classroom robots, loneliness robots, and sex robots. Totally normal. Normal. Nothing to see here. So I hope they read the TOS on that thing.
Oh, God. Well, it appears the urge to turn off all critical thinking over to AI has not escaped Major League Baseball teams. Regular baseball viewers such as myself, well, now that the World Cup is over, I'm watching baseball again anyways, have become accustomed to seeing players and staff huddled around tablets in the dugout. The expectation is that these devices are used for reviewing performance and maybe crunching last-minute stats, but apparently MLB officials have intervened to prevent teams from using the hardware for running generative AI. League officials have taken the unusual step of making a mid-season policy change to crack down on the use of custom apps that would take over recommendations regarding substitutions, pitch calling, and other in-game decisions traditionally made by players and coaches. One also wonders if they happen to have Kalshi installed.
That's what I'm worried about. Tablets. I don't care about
Yeah, Pete Rose would be having a fucking field day right now, let me tell you.
Oh, my God.
Sources told the publication as many as a third of the teams were using tablets for these unintended purposes, although no clubs will be facing any punishment after an MLB review determined that all organizations were now compliant with new rules. In-game iPad use was subjected to increased restrictions after a sign-stealing scandal surfaced in 2021. In the intervening years, teams began pushing for more lenience, which the commission is now walking back. Got to stop the cheating before there's cheating now, an unnamed front gate office official told The Athletic. Yeah, all this stuff is being used to cheat. Shocking.
Wasn't there that one scandal where they just used garbage cans and banged on the garbage cans?
Yep, and that one they got away with. The Astros, the Asterix took it from the Dodgers. Yeah, okay. So go low tech and you'll get away with it. Go high tech, they'll catch you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, speaking of more high-tech, Meta has been granted a patent for AI technology that would continuously analyze a user's voice, surrounding audio, and contextual data to infer their emotional state.
These guys got to get together with Flock.
I'm telling you. The patent, published July 2nd, describes collecting audible communications, then combining transcripts and nonverbal cues like size, laughter, and tone of voice with factors such as time of day, location, activity, and digital interactions. Meta frames the system as useful for fitness coaching, where an AI assistant could tailor workouts based on emotional signals and other inputs. No, it's not. It's to figure out what fucking ads to sell you.
Exactly.
That's it. That's all they want to do. They want to figure out are you sad? Have this pill. Are you happy? Have this pill. Are you fat? Here's an injection for you. That's what they want to know. That's all they fucking want to know. This brings to light what we've always said they weren't doing. Mm-hmm. Recording you all the time.
Yeah,
here's a patent that says we want to record you all the time, but we're gonna couch it under wellness.
Yes,
it's about wellness. Mm-hmm. Fuck you. Just fuck you. I'm done with these guys. I'm just gonna go to work for them. I'm gonna go be an electrician.
There you go.
So I can unplug them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does this one do?
Let's switch over a little bit to some media candy stuff. We have finished the first season of Broadchurch. It was excellent, but stunningly depressing.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a great one. I stopped at season 1. I'm like, okay, I get it. It was good. How can you recreate that again? I don't want to know if you can. I'm going to go call Meta up and say, I'm sad. Can you send me an ad?
Yeah, they're sending me Athletic Greens because they noticed I was breathing a little hard during my workout. That's exactly what. Anyways, we have rolled into season 2, which just basically picks up where it left off. It's the trial now, and it's not as good as the first season, obviously, but we'll see. It's still good. Like the cast is great, the concept is great, so it's kind of fun. But we'll see where it goes. Apparently, it's 3 seasons. I can't imagine what how they extend it to a third, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's David Tennant though. I can't go wrong with David Tennant.
Exactly. And Olivia Colman, she's fantastic. So it's fun.
Yeah, I finished season 2 of Perry Mason on HBO Max because when it came out, I watched the first half of the first episode and was like, not today. And then I forgot about it for years and has since been canceled since then. But I thought the first season ended at a nice spot where they didn't need a second season. So I'm like, okay, let's see what they do with the second season. Second season was great. I loved it. And it ended in a spot where I'm like, okay, I don't need a third season. So it works out as a standalone 2-season, 10 episode each miniseries, as it were. But it's what's his name from The Americans. Love him. He was fantastic. And it's a great cast, great stories too. It's nice twisty stories. I actually think the story in season 2 was better than season 1. So but loved it. And it reminded me of Monsieur Spade, which was basically 20 years after the events of the Maltese Falcon, Detective Sam Spade is pulled out of his tranquil retirement in France to investigate a series of brutal murders. And Clive Owen plays Sam Spade. I talked about this when it first came out and I saw it. I love this series. It's another mini series. I don't know if they're going to do another one because I'm sure it was expensive, but man, there's a couple scenes in here that you will never forget. It's just like, ooh, shit. Yeah. It's really good. It's really good. So if you're into that, like, classical, detective type of stuff, check it out. Don't check out Lucky. Fuck. I was so sad by this one. This is the new Anya Taylor-Joy Apple TV Plus show.
Right.
We made it 20 minutes into it and we're like, this is so poorly written and poorly acted that we just can't go on. Now, there are people that are saying it gets better. I don't know how that's going to get any better.
I'm surprised that it's poorly acted because the cast is stellar.
Well, Anya Taylor-Joy is stellar.
Right.
That's it.
Okay.
That's the only people I've met so far that have any credentials, and she's still kind of like, yeah. It's just it didn't work. Didn't work for me.
Well, I mean, Annette Bening, Timothy Oliphant. If you haven't
gotten to them yet.
Okay. I mean, I can see how they would make it better.
Yeah, maybe that might be it. So okay, maybe I'll try. I don't know. I'll wait till like at least a couple more episodes come out because there's only 2 out right now. The Westies is another basically semi-historic drama from the people who made The Godfather of Harlem that's out.
Okay.
Did you ever watch The Godfather of Harlem?
No, I remember you really liked it, though.
Oh, it's fantastic. And they're going to wrap that up soon with a new movie. That's going to have like a wrap-up movie. But this is about Irish gangs in New York City in the early 80s. The thing about this one, it's got J.K. Simmons in it. So can't go wrong with him. Love him. The story is interesting. I like it. It's fun. There's like 3 or 4 episodes out now. It's a short one. There's only 6, I think, which is even like worse than usual. Believe it's AMC Plus, but I don't know because I get it from Sweden. And Brian, I this is all over the news. The Avengers Doomsday trailer is out. This gets the award for the movie that I want to see the least out of any movie in the next decade.
I was about to say,
shit.
It is actually impossible for me to care less.
Not at all possible. I mean, look, we talked about how none of us give a shit about Christopher Nolan anymore, even though I'm getting reviews from people who said The Odyssey is actually really fucking good. But I still, I'm going to wait till watch it at home. I'm not going to go sit in a theater for it. But I watched this trailer and I'm like, there is not one. The only thing that I popped for a little bit was Loki. I saw Loki come in and I'm like, okay, I like Loki. That was a great series. But how did he get out? He was stuck. He was, the master of time at the end of Loki.
Never mind.
It's the Marvel universe. It doesn't
matter.
There
are thousands of variants and nothing matters. And couldn't we hire anybody else other than Robert Downey Jr.? We had to give him a completely new whatever. I just don't care.
It doesn't matter, man. It's none of this stuff, man. It's like, the stakes are higher. The stakes have never been higher. The stakes have always never been higher. That's how these things, it's just like, but I found this from, I think, a Gizmodo post that broke it down scene by scene by scene by scene that to have to explain what each scene meant in the entirety of the Marvel verse. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'd rather just go watch a movie about a guy robbing a bank. Give me Serpico or some shit nowadays. I want to go backwards to like simpler plots, less action.
We need retro Nim movies.
Yeah, we do. We do. But I figured you were in the same boat with me.
I didn't even watch the trailer. I don't care.
Here's the fucked up part. They sold like $118 million in tickets already, though.
Of course they did. Of course. Yeah.
I just can't believe anybody still gives a shit.
A bunch of losers. No offense.
No. Some people are just stuck. Some people are just stuck in the loop. They need to get Loki to come help them out. So I got some software this week.
Okay.
I've been trying to track here's the thing. I'm a journaler. I like to journal and things like that. And I've always noticed that my moods change drastically every month. And I always wanted to see if if the phase of the moon really did have any bearing on it. And I want to just write that down in my journal. So later on, I can shove it into ChatGPT and say, hey, is there any correlation here at some point? And I couldn't find anything to give me just a basic, easy way to find what the phase of the moon is instead of having to do it every day. Like, okay, I got to Google this every day, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure I could write an agent to go do it for me and cost $7 a day in tokens to go find it. But I found a little app called Lunar Moon Phase and Widgets, which lets me put on my desktop just a little picture of the moon to tell me what the phase is and when the moon rises and all that stuff. And it's great. You can get the free version, or you can spend a couple extra bucks and it'll give you more detail on what phase of the moon it is and all the good stuff. So one of those nice little things that I thought was really cool. So check that out. And Mac Whisper 14 is out now. And I love Mac Whisper. I've been a Mac Whisper Pro user since I think version 1. Since it first came out. So they're on 14 and I have not had to pay again. So thank you, team. Thank you, team.
All right. I installed a new app as well. It's from some young upstart developer. I believe it was vibe coded. I'm not sure you can even download it, but it's called Seneca because of course it is. It's an RSS reader that does exactly what it says on the tin.
It was product designed by me. Yes, I did not vibe code it. I designed it with my coding assistant because I wanted a RSS reader that did just the basic things that Reader 5 does without all the muss, but also will go out and fetch the entirety of a full article when you just get RSS just gives you basically synopsis of everything. So in mine, I have a little button that says, get me the original article, and it will pull it in and strip it all out and give you a reader view using an open source version of the Bionic Reader font, the whole 9 yards. And also, I've got some extra buttons in there and some gewgaws and doodads. I really like it. I might actually release it at some point. I might clean it up and release it.
I think
just
you
for
should.
Free.
I think you should. Why not?
Because I can put that on the App Store for free.
Yeah.
But so I was, the thing is, I spent time building that out while I was working on my other app, which is Track-A-Lot. My little simple tracker, $2.99 in the store. It's not a to-do tracker. It's a did I do it tracker. And people have asked me, like, why don't you have alerts and things in there like that? I'm like, it's not a to-do tracker. This is to track things that you did that you can't fucking remember because you're old. For me, it was, what time did the dog barf? What time did the dog poop? And things like that. So I've got a version 2 coming out, and I was working on, in Codex, that was working. So in Claude, I made Seneca. And it's called Seneca because that was on my bookshelf, and that was the first book that I saw. Letters from Stoic is on my bookshelf. So, but there's a new version coming out of Track-A-Lot, and this is the nice thing. I originally put in the Mac Whisper thing in there because, like Mac Whisper, you buy it once, you own it. I'm never going to charge you an upsell. There's not a subscription. It doesn't track your data. And the new version has watch complications. So you can actually track things from your watch. So if you're out with your dog and it's pooping, you can hit dog pooped and things like that. It's a nicer little interface. And I also mentioned that because we talked about iOS 27 last week and the new Siri. I installed iOS 27. I've had it for a week. I have not used Siri once, so I don't know.
Okay.
Nobody chimed in on our Discord either if they've used it, so I don't know how that's coming.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yep. And I found a book this week that just tickles me so much. It's been out for 5 years now, and it came from a website from 2009. It's called The Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows, which reminds me of your retronyms too. Mm-hmm. It's here's the logline. Most of what we feel goes unspoken for lack of a word, unless you're German.
I was about to say.
The ache you can't place, the mood that arrives unannounced, the thought you've never said aloud. John Koenig has spent over a decade naming them, and what began as his blog in 2009 grew into a video series, and in 2021, a New York Times bestselling book, The Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. And when I started reading this book, it really hit me. This book is a distillation of language and human emotions that put into words the feelings that no AI could ever comprehend or synthesize. Ever. You read the first couple pages of the definitions in here, and you're like, oh, There's a word for that now. I love it. It's like Sniglets for
Sniglets.
it's Sniglets for goth
Emotions.
kids.
Yeah.
Sniglets for goth kids. So I added it to my daily reader block because I have 4 books that I read every day, just a couple pages at a time on the shitter in the morning, and this is going in there so I can savor it. I can
Nice.
savor it.
Yeah, I'm going to grab this. It looks cool.
Oh, dude, you're going to love it. It is so up your alley. It's beyond belief. Well, I went out to take another quick pee and lurching in the hall again, like usual. There's Dave Bittner, Mr. Cyberwire, going, "Hey guys, what's going on? Can I hang out with you?
Let me in.
Let me
Hey,
in." So, hey Dave, come on in. Say hi to everybody.
Hi guys. Can I hang out with the cool kids, please? Please.
I'm a little worried about Jason's bladder. He's out in that hall a lot.
Dude,
I mean, we are getting older.
I'm telling you.
You're the youngest among us, aren't you, Brian?
I am. I still make it
Yeah.
through the night. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no,
Oh, boy.
sorry.
Oh, those days.
Oh, I got a tip for you. I got an old man tip for you. One of our listeners sent me an email and said, "Hey man, check this out." I'm sorry, I got to dig up your name. I'll put it in the show notes at some point. Pumpkin seed oil. Take pumpkin seed oil.
Rub it on your
and it
penis.
Right. Vigorously.
And you will forget that you have to pee at 2 a.m. It's like, take it for a couple months and it'll stop the midnight wee-wees. And I gotta say, 100% worked. Absolutely worked. Yes, I no longer have the over. I can go the whole night now. It's great.
When you say take pumpkin seed oil, what does that mean?
3 capsules of pumpkin seed oil with my vitamins every day. It's just a vitamin, the supplement.
Okay,
And,
so it's a pill that's called an oil.
Well,
Well,
like
it's
fish oil is also
like
a
fish
pill.
oil.
Yeah.
No, it's fish oil. It's like a pumpkin seed oil.
Oh, I
capsule.
see. All right, I'm
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you where you
they
can.
say that. Well, they also say that it's supposed to help support more hair growth. I have not seen that yet, obviously, but
No.
no,
Yeah.
waiting for that one. But the being able to go all night without having to tinkle is great. You no more of those doctor's pills. So
All right. Well, I
well
can
worth it.
tell you where to order it from, Dave, since I've been using your plugin, Amazon. Now, since I'm still here in Los Angeles and I'm able to take advantage of U.S. Amazon, which has absolutely everything, but increasingly more so, absolutely everything that's a piece of crap from China. I have been using your plugin. What was it called again? I'm trying. Let's see. I can't. Knockoff. And it is fantastic. What I wish maybe it does have the option. I need to go in. Right now, it just gives you a notification like suspect or not. I want it to just rip it out from my results. I don't even want to see them.
Right.
So I think if they
skip
had
to the
that,
end.
yeah, just skip to the end. Only show me the legit stuff. That'd be fantastic. But I was thinking about that plugin when I saw this news story. The European Commission has hit Chinese e-commerce giant AliExpress with a record £550 million or roughly $629 million US fine for allowing the sale of counterfeit and harmful products in the bloc. So the link is in the show notes if you want to get into this. But isn't it nice that some company out there or some countries out there actually give a shit about this when the US, Amazon is filled with this crap? Dangerous cosmetics, unsafe toys, counterfeit clothing, illegal and harmful products. That is what Knockoff supposedly is taking out. We need a plugin because capitalism, because our government will do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you guys, well, let me rephrase the question. What items have you received from Amazon that you have most suspected was counterfeit or known was counterfeit? Anything? Can you think of anything?
Deodorant.
Deodorant.
Yes, I get a very specific speed stick
Yeah.
from Amazon because it's really hard to find in the stores. You can only get like 1 or 2 of them. And I find you can get them by the the 6-pack or the 12-pack.
Right.
And I just buy them in bulk. And there have been a couple shipments that I'm like, this ain't it. This ain't it at all. This ain't even close to what it is.
Oh, really?
And yeah, try getting a refund from Amazon on that. They're like, no, silly rabbit.
Huh.
No, that's a third-party seller from, Zhangjianghu that you're never going to see again. So yeah, I've actually, in cosmetics are one of the biggest things that people get ripped off on.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't really. Since I moved to Canada, Amazon is notably different. I order a lot less too because it's just easier. It's a walking town. You can go buy stuff at stores. It's Amazon's not as convenient. It's not same day delivery. It's not next day delivery, and it's a lot more regulated. So I haven't experienced this as much because back when I was using Amazon a lot, it was well before it was completely overrun by all these insane third party systems. And the stuff that I order when I come into town now is the same stuff I've been ordering for years. So it's known sellers. It's just, it's the shaving cream. It's my Calvin Klein athletic socks that I love that are just the most comfortable socks in the world. So I haven't really experienced it that much. My mom, on the other hand, she orders stuff willy-nilly. I need to install Knockoff on her computer, and she just gets all kinds of crazy stuff. She thinks she's ordered a t-shirt for like my son, and it shows up and it's like a t-shirt for a Ken doll. That kind of stuff happens.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think the one that comes to mind for me is cordless drill batteries. That were just awful.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually I have one of those. Yes, I got one for my leaf blower, and they're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. They'll keep a charge for like 3 weeks, and then they won't even connect anymore. Yeah,
right. The other thing too is like they're just making up numbers when it comes to their capacity, just to try to sell it to you. Like this is an 8 amp hour battery, and you get it, and it's the same size as a 1 amp hour battery, and you go, well, I don't think they've altered the laws of physics to make these smaller batteries hold more juice. So this was a scam.
Yeah, and I love I get the Black & Decker brick ones for my leaf blower.
Yeah.
And you can tell like the Black & Decker one is a solid brick of battery. And then when you get the knockoff one, you can tell that there's like 2 AA's taped to the top and it's just empty air inside.
Right.
Right.
Like it's just enough to make something power up temporarily.
Yeah.
So they can claim that it actually does work.
Yeah.
I
did get something from Amazon this week called, I keep reading this as the Mabuzi, but it's the MB Zui electric foil shavers for men, mini electric razor for face, IPX7 waterproof cordless razor with LED display and fast charge, microcomb technology and precision blades, Father's Day gifts.
Just in case you want to sue, they did specifically say for face.
For face, yes.
Just pointing
which is
that out.
fine. I have the lawnmower 4.0 from Manscaped for the other areas that need.
Very nice.
Yes, I got so much.
Unfortunately,
Manscaped
I used
crap.
the unauthorized battery replacement for my Manscaper, and
Can't sit right for a few days after that one.
No skin left.
Nope.
Sure.
We used to do Manscaped on the Jordan Harbinger show all the time, and I got so much stuff from them, and they all would break like within. I mean, I think they were the knockoff versions, except finally they sent one that lasts. And after that, they stopped advertising everywhere because the people finally bought it and realized, oh, it doesn't break anymore, so I don't have to keep ordering it. So their business, I think, went to shit.
So they improved their product. They improved their product, and it put them in the dumpster.
Put them out of business. Yeah. So
capitalism. Well, before you move on, I have
I'm not moving on here. Yeah,
okay.
I need to talk to you about this stuff. What do you got there, Dave?
So this is a Panasonic ES3831. I think the way you would find this on a place like Amazon is search for travel shaver. That's the sort of secret for getting a small, like you. This is my B shaver. Most of the time, I use a regular razor. No. Yes, no. Yeah, it's my D's nuts razor. No, it is my alternate razor. This is so I'm at my office. This is the one I keep in my office desk drawer for when an important interview pops up on my schedule, and I go, oh, I didn't shave today.
I see we didn't make the cut for an important call.
Well, that's right. Anyway, moving on. So it's just, battery operated, not rechargeable, relatively inexpensive. It's good enough. Good enough.
Right.
So I bring this up because we've talked about the advanced shave or enhanced shaves on the show before with the nice lather and the brush and all that stuff. And I've always had a problem with electric razors because they just destroy my skin because I have a kind of a rough beard. And I wanted to ask you, because I knew, Dave, you do the electric shave thing. Do you use any kind of balm or salve or oil or anything before or after you shave with it?
No, I've given up on electric shaving for my day-to-day
Okay.
for those very same reasons. Like I can't get a good shave out of an electric shaver anymore. no matter what I try. And my understanding is just that's part of getting older, that the elasticity of your skin changes and this, that, and the other thing. So, I just use a razor in the shower. I pretty much shave every other day. I don't, 3 times a week, I guess I shave because I can get away with it. But then, so then I have this one, which is the foil thing that I use for the in-betweens. The only thing I wish this had that it doesn't have, and there is a slightly upgraded model that has the trimmer on it as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't have that. So not a big deal for here at the office. But if you're shopping for one, just be aware that there are some that don't have the trimmer. And when I bought this, I didn't think to look for it because I just figured they all came with it. But this does not.
Yeah, mine has a little trimmer. It's almost the same size as yours. I asked this because I tried it yesterday, and I think you can't really see on the show here, but I took off like 4 layers of skin, and it almost went down to bone.
Okay.
So I think that I need to. I ordered a couple things from Amazon that'll probably come from the back of somebody's truck because I didn't use the knockoff plug-in.
Yeah.
To try to see if I can get something that will alleviate. So I got some old school electric shave coming too. That had like 15,000 5-star reviews. So I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Because it's a waterproof razor. So the waterproof razors have, you can use different things than you can with just the regular electric razors. So
Right.
So I'm going to give it a shot, but I was looking for some tips and tricks. So your tip and trick is it sucks. Just use a razor.
Well, yes, there is that. And as this I've had no trouble with on those in between shaving times. Maybe my skin is just more leathery than yours from all the abuse it's taken over the years. But I do have that beard oil that you recommended, the shaving oil from way back we talked about when we were originally talking about that. I do still have that and will use it from time to time, but and I feel very decadent when I do.
Yeah, I use that religiously when I go for the enhanced shave once every 2 weeks. Yes. But okay. That's all. Hey, and guys in the Discord, feel free to throw some tips in if you guys use electric shavers and don't want to look like the poster from They Live, which is pretty much what I did last. Like I went, and I'm just like, oh, that's not good. That's not good. And I had to borrow some cream from my roommate, and it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
I can't really shave it. Yeah. Oh, it's not good. It hurts. Okay. Well, Brian, this next one's for you. This is just for you. The truth is out there and it costs $199. LEGO has partnered with Gillian Anderson to announce an official X-Files set. 1,478 pieces, 8 minifigures, including Mulder, Scully, Skinner, Krychek, Mr. X, and yes, Fluke Man. You get Mulder's office complete with the I Want to Believe poster, pencils jammed into the ceiling, and a nod to the sunflower seeds. And there's a video with Gillian Anderson, which is just fucking adorable.
I do not need the Lego set, but I did bookmark the video. It is wonderful. I love Gillian Anderson. I loved her back in the day as Scully. I think she is aged like fine wine. She is stunningly gorgeous, incredibly
some pumpkin
sexy.
seed oil to watch that later.
I have the beard lube. You got to make do.
Oh my.
It's nice that they did this. I'm never going to buy it. I'm not interested. I think the price is I can't believe I'm saying $199.99 is reasonable, but for Lego these days,
Jesus,
it kind of is. So would I ever get it? Of course not. No, but it's great. It's great that they did it, and it's fun. So
my youngest son sent this to me, and he's my Lego buddy, and he knows nothing about the X-Files, but he said he didn't feel like he needed to enjoy this set. He thought it was a cool set, even if you don't know what the X-Files is. So, and
I'd be interested to see if you watch it, if it has any legs for the kids nowadays. I doubt it does.
I doubt it. Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not that good.
Yeah.
I watched
really?
a couple of them. It's not that good.
I never watched it. I mean, I was certainly
Really?
aware of it,
Oh.
but it was just nothing I never never got into it.
Oh,
No.
it was along with Twin Peaks. It was one of those shows that I would delay by going out to the club to make sure that I watched it. And once it was over, all right, let's get the goth makeup on. Let's get out of here. So,
Yeah. Oh man, when we could stay up late.
yes, and not have to pee.
I have to pee.
I have to be right. You don't want to break the seal.
Yeah. Well, and continuing with, I mean, this is such a nostalgia play for our generation, and continuing on with that, we are getting I feel like there's already been a documentary. Maybe this is the second one, or maybe there's just a YouTube thing or something. But we're getting a full documentary about the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, the short-lived, fully immersive hotel that I never in a million years would have gone to. I feel like, Dave, this would have been your ultimate dream vacation, this trip onto this thing. So I'm very interested to watch the documentary. I'm hoping it's going to come out on Disney Plus, but if it comes out on Disney Plus, that means it's going to have to be highly complimentary and not talk about any negative aspects to it. So maybe it won't. I think it's going to be showing at some film festivals, and there'll be some sort of release somewhere. It's interesting. There's a trailer for it, so I would definitely watch this. Absolutely.
Yeah. I was skeptical of this because I have watched Jenny Nicholson's 4-hour documentary about the Star Cruiser, and I very much enjoyed that. I never thought I would watch a 4-hour documentary on the Star Cruiser, but here we are, and it was good. It held me. I didn't watch it all in one sitting. So I thought, what else could I possibly need to know about this? And I watched the trailer, and I'm with you. I think I'd watch this. This seems to me like this is focusing on the community, and I had no idea that this thing was around long enough to build the kind of community that this documentary seems to indicate that they built.
And how much money did these people have to be able to do these multiple stays?
Exactly.
Right. How can you how can you be going to this multiple times a year? My wife and I talked about it. Like we could have, it would have been a stretch, but we could have made it work. And we just decided, no.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it.
Well, you know what? For me, it's one of those things where like there's something that maybe you wanted to really do. I feel this way sometimes about, particularly in Toronto, where the restaurant scene is fast and furious. Like restaurants will appear and they'll either stick around for a while or they'll just be gone. Sometimes, you feel like, oh man, I really wish I would have gone. But then sometimes it's like, if it disappears, you're like, well, I'll never know. And that's fine. That's even better. What if I loved it and now it's just gone?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it better
Preemptive
to
sour
have chowed
grapes.
and lost
Exactly.
or not chowed at all?
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm on the it's better not to have it all, Jason. So
Yes. I threw these in here because, I've been going through my nostalgia phase and getting all my old stuff together. And I found a bunch of my old websites that I built back in the day when I was working for the movie guys. And I ran them through a mix of AI LLMs to help me get these in shape for modern browsers, because these were all written for Netscape 3 back in the day. They were built on 64480, maybe 1024 by 768, all CRTs. There was no LCDs or LEDs or anything back then, nothing with an L. So they're like postage stamp size when you look at them on a regular monitor nowadays. So I had them basically go back and try and up-res everything and fix a lot of the image maps and stuff like that. And actually some of the Perl scripts and CGI stuff, it recreated in JavaScript for me.
Wow.
So I've got The Phantom, Star Trek First Contact, Titanic, and Hard Rain as the first 4. I've got more coming. But it's amazing. It took the Star Trek First Contact site, which had VRML components in it, and it rewrote VRML to work in JavaScript. So you can actually access the original VRML that we had in the ship from 1995. These things were built in like 1995, 1996 era.
Yeah.
And they look decent now on a normal size screen. So I'm kind of happy with the way it worked. The other thing that the First Contact one was, there's a lot of Shockwave in there. There were DCR files.
Wow.
It was decompiling the DCR files and pulling out the logic on how it worked. The assets weren't there. So there's some things in there that just don't quite work. There's some Java stuff that doesn't work, but I left it in for fun and because maybe someday I'll find the original director files. Maybe. But it's amazing what it can just recreate from all the old stuff. So
your director files are probably on an old zip disk.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've got a lot of archives that I took and created disk images of from the old archives from back then that I need to remount and go through and see if I can find stuff on there. But I do have a lot of old original Star Trek director files that they used in the TV show from DS9 and Next Gen, and that I can actually probably have it recreate just the Elcar stuff, the acoudigrams that moved on the screen.
You should send those to Paramount so maybe they can actually put out a decent version of Deep Space Nine on streaming.
Yeah, no shit.
They can upscale it.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys know this. All of those screens back in the day on Next Gen and DS9 and Voyager, those all ran on Centris 610s, the pizza boxes. So they had Centris 610s behind the scenes that were running Director to play all those videos.
Yeah.
So I'll put the links here to the you can check them out. They're on my personal site.
I love these, Jason. I absolutely love these. I was not expecting to have the nostalgia jolt that I did looking through these, of just
seeing the old school website,
old school website, like remembering a simpler time when this sort of website was considered state of the art, right? Do modern, I mean, everything on here, like the Star Trek website, it's fun. And how much have we really gained? Yes, websites look more polished and all that kind of stuff, but I really enjoyed going through these. So
people just don't spend money on their sites anymore. They don't feel the need to, so they're not entertaining. They're not interesting. It's it's so rare to find a website that's cool and interesting. We have to put it in the show when we do. Like, oh my God, look at this.
I also feel like there's a sense that these are handcrafted, which I think you lose. Everything's so templated, and I don't know. I guess the priorities are different too. You know, it's they're so shamelessly trying to milk every bit of attention and information from you. And back then, they just wanted you to go see their movie.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, and that goes back to the craftsman thing. We were just craftsmen trying to make the best thing we could. And we were the team that also made the artwork for the posters. And so we had we had the people there. The people who made the movie would come talk to us. We met with the directors. John Woo came in and talked to us when we were doing Face Off. Event Horizon, we had the director come in for that one. The people from Mission Impossible, they would come. But the filmmakers were involved in every step of the website process.
Right. Right.
James Cameron took us to fucking lunch after we did Titanic. That's how intertwined things were. Now it's just a marketing thing to throw away.
Yeah.
It's like, who cares?
Yeah. No, I very much enjoyed this.
That's what it is.
Yeah. No, thanks for sharing these, but thanks for putting in the extra effort. I had no idea that you'd done all that behind the scenes, and that makes it even more impressive at how good these look and how fun they are.
Thanks. Yeah, I got some more coming.
Right.
I'm sure you can't wait for the Beautician and the Beast.
Oh, can't wait.
Can't wait for that one.
Ooh. Well, I wanted to give you guys a quick update on my piano repair journey. We're still at it. We may be at a bit of a stopping point. Well, I'm at a pause point right now because I've gotten to the point where
run out of tokens.
Yeah, right. I've spent $15,000 on tokens to repair my $100 piano, but I'll get there. I have replaced all of the obvious things that could be wrong, and where we have come to is that we've determined that there is something is shorting out the 5-volt rail on this particular circuit board. So my next, what ChatGPT is recommending is that, wait for it, I use a thermal camera to see what component on the board is heating up when I use my bench power supply to limit the amount of current that I can feed the 5-volt rail on this particular circuit board. Now, I happen to have a bench power supply, so I'm good there. My buddy Joe Kerrigan from Hacking Humans has a thermal camera. I'm not going to ask him why. But so he's going to bring that tomorrow for me to borrow. So hopefully I'll be able to find out what the problem is. But we're getting to the point where if it is a integrated circuit issue and we're to the point where it's a surface mount part that's the problem. So if it's a surface mount capacitor or something like that, I can probably still handle it. But if it's some kind of chip, it's beyond my skills. And if it's a custom chip, then we're done. So we'll see, but I'm not as confident or excited that we're going to see a good outcome, but no matter what, I still had a lot of fun.
Okay, that's fair. It's a process.
Yeah,
it's
fun though.
Yeah,
I learned a lot too. I learned a lot. It was an excuse for me to buy some tools, which is as I always appreciate. So
well, and what came out of it for me, and I thank you for this, is because of this discussion and talking about those electronics kits. I've already bookmarked one that I plan to buy for my kid, so he can start doing some projects and start learning this at a nice young age. So
no, that's good. I think it's knowledge that serves you well.
Mm-hmm.
And also, after we talked about this on the show about the Radio Shack kit, Brian got a text from me not 5 minutes later. I opened up Instagram and there was a fucking ad for one.
Wow.
I never Googled it.
I did.
I only talked about it with you guys.
I Googled it. I looked it up, and I'm sure that they know that we're connected because we chat with each other all the time.
Well, we just need to let it go and not worry about it. Just let it flow over us. Just let it flow over us, right? Just go. Don't try to swim upstream when it comes to it. Just float downriver. Last thing I want to put in here, speaking of, this is kind of connected to your nostalgia for old websites, Jason. This website, systemless.org, recently added a few additional old Mac apps to the apps that can run in your browser.
Yes.
And there's some good ones here. They recently added Marathon 2 and Marathon Infinity.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Infinity, that's the one.
If you're an old school Mac gamer, be ready for a time suck because they just play in the
I'm already experiencing the trauma I used to feel of logging into the Marathon Infinity server at the job that Jason and I worked together and just getting destroyed the second I logged in by him and Dave Riegler.
Yep. I still have maps that Dave and I wrote we created when we were at Paramount, sitting there in between movies. So I'm definitely diving in.
I'm not.
It's gonna be fun.
Nope. I had too much trauma. No, thank you.
There you go.
I still have friends who, when we're parting ways, I say, "See you, Starside." And the other one on here that made me smile was Shuffle Puck Cafe, which is
never played it.
No, so it's basically an air hockey game. You play against aliens, but it has an earworm of a soundtrack. Just trust me. If you don't want to get it stuck in your head, stay away from Shuffle Puck Cafe because it's like 8 measures of music that just repeat over and over again, and they burrow their way into your brain. So.
Okay. Well, guys, I got to run because now I got to go play Marathon Infinity for the rest of the day.
Fair enough.
All right. See you next week.
See you next time.
Brian, let's talk about the people that keep this show on the air. We love you all. We love you all so much. Over at Patreon, we've got no one new to love. No one new to love this week, but we still love Tony, JSM 1955, Ryan, Kajitan. I screw that up every time, and I apologize every time. You write me every time you tell me how to pronounce it, and I'm a horrible person. Dennis, Andrew, Geek Artist, Alex, Susan, and Gabriel. Thank you all so much for your continued support over at Patreon.
Thank you. Thank you. We got one donation over at PayPal this week, but what a donation. Nathaniel sent us $100. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Nathaniel. Over at the tip jar, we've got Dal and Sean and Steven with $100. So he and Nathan are neck and neck. Woohoo! Thank you guys so much. And for merch, we got Walt from Tucson, Steven from Texas, and Letitia from Downers Grove. I miss living in Downers Grove so much. So much. It was one of my favorite places to live. I miss it so much.
Yeah, and we got some new merch up there too, so check it out if you haven't in a little bit.
That's right. Yeah, you made a new shirt, and I made a requested hoodie.
Yes,
for our fans on Discord. Yeah, and I forgot how easy it is, and we've got some designs in the can, so maybe I'll throw up a few more this week. Yeah. So it is really fun to put that stuff up. And over at YouTube, the YouTube membership, we've got Asa Logan, B2N, and JW Hart. And so thank you guys so much. So here we go. If you want to help support the show and keep us on the air, because it is the only thing really keeping us on the air right now is your support, and we love you for it, you can go to patreon.com/GOG and sign up for as little as $3 a month and get the show early, ad-free, and in high definition. You can spend more if you like, which we obviously prefer. But if you sign up for the whole year, you do get a discount. You can also go to gog.show/donate and pick your poison just to keep us on the air. And we have memberships at YouTube as well, so you get the show a little bit early there and ad-free. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I got. Until next time, I'm Jason DeFilippo.
Oh, and I wanted to give a quick shout out. I forgot to put this in the show notes. To Jennifer Finch, the bass player for L7, passed away this week. It was sad news.
No.
So rest in peace. Pretend That We're Dead was a great song, just a great period of time and a great band. So sad to see that she passed. And I'm Brian Schulmeister. Thanks for listening to Grumpy Old Geeks. Get all the links and goodies from today's episode at gog.show/756. Want to keep the grumpiness alive? Toss a few bucks our way at gog.show/donate. Every penny helps keep the show on the air. Love the show? Share it. There's a share button in your podcast player. Use it to spread the grumpiness to friends, foes, and everyone in between. We'll love you for it. Swing by gog.show to join our Discord and chat with us and other show fans. Got thoughts, feedback, cool links? Hit us up at gog.show/contact. And don't forget to leave a 5-star review at gog.show/review, and we'll read it on the air. And guess what? We've got merch. We've got new merch. We're going to continue to put out more merch. Snag your grumpy gear now at shop.gog.show and stay grumpy.